things are like in the background, this is what it looks
Yeah.
like while we're pushing buttons. Good
Yep.
morning, Jason. It's Friday again. We are
Oh my
live
gosh.
on Facebook and on YouTube. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you too, Kathy. And I tell you, just with the how things move so fast, it sounds almost cliche to to say the week has gone by as fast as it has. But I'll tell you, it has. It just goes by so fast. Friday shows up here, and next thing you know, it's it's Friday, and I
Yeah.
have a phone that rings that I will now be
Everybody
putting on
wants our
mute.
attention all at the same time. The same thing happens
Yeah,
to me. So I totally get it.
exactly.
And
Right.
I know that
Yep.
those of people that are out there listening and watching us do the same thing. You dive into something and you're like, okay, now I've got to focus on this. And then all the
Yep.
bells and whistles go off in your surroundings and, everybody wants your attention at that same time. But
That's
we're
right.
turning off all of those distractions and we're focusing on this. And it's this is the time of year that there's just so much going on, and we're kind of fighting our nature, which is to kind of want to huddle up and just curl
Yep.
up and not do anything and maybe just read a book or sit by the fire and stare at the wall or your belly button, whichever one is closest and most convenient. um but we've got so many things this time of year that that are going on that we want to do. The holidays are coming
Yeah.
around. We've got all kinds of prep stuff to do. We've got,
Yep.
emergency preparedness type things, getting your house and your yard and your living area ready for the big rainstorms and things that happen.
Oh
All the
yeah.
things that
Yeah,
if you have
definitely.
a vehicle that you have to do to prepare your vehicle, making sure you've got rain gear that'll keep the water out, all of those things all happening at the same time.
And I just wrote down everything that you said because I don't think, accomplished any one of those things. So I will get moving,
I,
Kathy.
I don't believe
But
that.
I do want to jump down just a really brief trail though, as people are getting ready and doing things. There are still people out there who are loving to get out and ride their bicycle for commuting or for happy purposes. And Kathy, a lot of things that you mentioned right there actually can still be done on bicycle, even during this time of the year, which some people will say, gosh, you're crazy for riding a bike during this time of the year. No, it's actually perfectly fine for some of us who feel confident enough to be able to get out there and do that. But I am going to just say one thing, and I'm going to say one thing only, and then we can move on, Kathy. Listen, cyclists, I love you. I'm one of them myself. Okay. You have a wonderful front headlight, maybe. You've got spokes that lighten up and all that, but you don't have a rear blinky flashy thing. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you can't do that. You have to have that. I love riding my bicycle, and part of being able to continue to ride my bicycle is to be safe while doing so. And part of being safe is being seen. And Kathy, I don't know if you've ever had an experience before, but if there's a cyclist out there that's not wearing bright clothing, that is not using their headlight or their rear flashing light, even during some parts of the day, it's hard to see them.
Yes,
On almost
especially around
impossible.
here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and almost impossible during the night with a little bit of fog, a little bit of drizzle and so forth. So please, cyclists out there, get a rear facing light. Make
Uh,
sure you're well seen. Okay. That
yeah,
goes for you
it's
too,
not.
Kathy.
Yeah, it's not just about you being, as a cyclist, being able to see where you're going. It's about making sure that
Right.
other people see you. And so,
Yep.
Jason, I love your retroreflective stuff that you have on, and I'm looking forward to the day where retroreflective things are just built into all outerwear. So
Yeah.
that, because it's not like it has to be shiny. You don't have to wear a
Right.
shiny thing. Retroreflective stuff isn't shiny when there's no light reflecting on it.
Right.
It just is. And so, I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
that day. But until that day, those of us that are out there and walking around during really mornings, evenings, afternoons, anytime in the Pacific
Yeah.
Northwest in the wintertime, look for something to put on that is retroreflective for sure, because it's our each
Try.
of ours responsibility to make sure that we're being as safe as we possibly can by making it easier for everybody else to see us. And
Yeah.
so we
You have
don't
any
have to wear
questions?
Day-Glo yellow. You just have to watch out
Yeah.
and find things that are bright enough to be seen. And if they have retroreflective strips on them, even better. Even better.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
point
You know,
well taken,
just do it.
Jason. Point well taken.
Yeah. Just do it, everybody out there. If you have any questions about that whatsoever, I know Kathy and I are available to be able to answer your questions whenever you may have them. So don't use the excuse that I don't know how it works or where to get it. We can be here to help you figure that kind of stuff out. So
well,
be safe by being seen out there.
Yeah. And even on that note, if you're out there and you're a new bicyclist or an experienced bicyclist, but you don't happen to have a rear flashy light on your bike, maybe drop us a note and we can make that happen. So limited supply, it's not an unlimited supply of bicycle flashy lights, but let us know and we can help you out with that, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help you be out there and be mobile and be active, but be safe. So
it does nobody any good if you choose for your next career to be a hood ornament. Okay. So let's not do that. Let's be smart. Let's make sure we
can
be visible out there.
Short career.
It'd be a very short
with a
career,
sudden
absolutely.
ending, and we don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, Kathy, that's excellent. That's excellent. So cyclists, you can be included in what we're about to talk about. Okay. What we're going to talk about here, you're included. So we want you to be included. We want you to be safe.
Yes. And so what I wanted to talk about with all of these holiday preps is how you can do it with a little less stress, and maybe, without driving yourself, without in a car where, you let somebody else do the driving. But you can also do it by bicycle. There's all kinds of great carrying abilities for bicycles now, whether that's, you've got a trailer that you hook on back so you can carry all your big goodies when you go to Home Depot on your bicycle, right, Jason? And you want to bring home more than you're supposed to.
Yep.
Or,
yes, ma'am.
You jump on transit and you jump on the bus and you go to a shopping center, whether that's a Main Street downtown area, which we've got so many great Main Street downtown areas in our region, from Tillamook all the way through Columbia County. We've got some great Main Street downtown areas with some fabulous small businesses that have some amazing treasures that people are not going to find when they click on that Amazon button and shop online. It's way better to go to your neighborhood, downtowns, and do some shopping that way.
Agreed, Kathy. And, we want to make sure as well people understand that we're not just talking to you people out there who shop 2 months in advance. We're not talking about the people who are, maybe have just a little bit less timing. And, we're talking to anybody. I mean, including the ones who procrastinate up to a week beforehand. And in fact, if you're doing Amazon and if you wait for 2 weeks, you're not going to get your stuff when you need it. So you can hop on the bus and you can go to your local shopping centers around here and do that last minute shopping. So most of us guys out there,
avoid those delivery delays by going and getting it yourself. And there's some
nothing more stressful
going on. What's that?
There's nothing more stressful than being at home, waiting for all these deliveries and trying to enjoy all the sports and entertainment that's happening during these times, so forth. And you're just sitting there and you're all stressed out. There's nothing worse than that. So don't be afraid to put down the mouse and find a way to hop on the bus. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to kind of do those things and go
because it's
peruse
really
your local area.
It's really easy. We've got public transit that goes to all of these great Main Street areas. And I, for one, will say that Black Friday around here, especially Astoria or Cannon Beach, you can't beat it. The events that they've got going on for small businesses, and you don't need to wait in the line in the big crush at the big box stores. You can go to those small businesses and they've got great rewards for you too, and really good deals, and you'll be supporting your community. And so I can't remember the exact dollar, but I believe that the way that the math works is that every $1 you spend in your local community it actually spreads 5 times, and it's $5 that is worth in your community. And so make sure that you're giving your little local neighborhood shops some love this holiday season, because
Yes,
those are
do it.
your neighbors. Those are the
Yep.
people in your community. And when you turn around and there's big events going on, and the local schools are running events, or there's big fundraisers going on, guess who is supporting those? Your local small businesses are giving those donations. So now is a great time of year, especially during the pandemic, to turn around and support your local small businesses. And we're going to show you
Absolutely, Kathy.
how to get there by
Yeah,
riding the bus.
We are going to have a little thing up here for all of you that will help guide us through what we're going to be talking about. Kathy and I are just going to be kind of talking over this, but this is just a little something to kind of help us guide you through some things. And Kathy, I mean, we are sitting here right now and able to talk about these things, but it just comes right down to it that ultimately, public transportation, the shopping, whatever that anyone wants to do by riding the bus or use an alternate form of public transportation, we're really trying to access our communities. We're really trying to be a part of our community. And I think you just really hit all the nails right on the heads there about this time of year is the best time of year to be able to get up and get out there and access your community, go shopping, help your neighborhood downtown store out and so forth. It's really important. So I appreciate those words, Kathy.
Absolutely. And, we are going to talk about how can you do that? If
Yep.
you haven't ever done this before, it can be kind of a daunting self-challenge to do your holiday shopping or go attend holiday festivities by not driving your car. And so we're going to help you do that. And we're going to go through that, and you can refer back to this video anytime. But if you don't want to do that and you just have one question, you can ask us those questions in multiple ways. You ask us in the questions in the comments, or you can pick up the phone and you can call Sunset Empire Transportation District or Tillamook County Transportation District or Columbia County Transportation District. And you can say, hey, I want to get to downtown St. Helens to do some shopping. How do I do that? Which bus do I need to ride? How do I make it happen? And they will help you.
Absolutely. And Kathy, I'm so glad that you brought that up. Well, I'll definitely at the very end of this slideshow here will be our main contacts that we see on the web. I believe the Facebook contact and the YouTube instructions on how to do that aren't up there yet. So yes, indeed, as you're watching this on Facebook Live, you can comment. As you're watching this on YouTube, maybe perhaps you can comment as well too. We look at those comments and we determine how to get back a hold of you, and we'll do so and answer questions. So we look forward to doing that. But Kathy, we're looking at really, can public transportation seem daunting at times?
Absolutely. If you've never done it before, for sure. And so if you're feeling like overwhelmed by even the thought of riding the bus to go shopping, you are not alone.
You are not definitely alone. That's right. So a lot of the people that I travel train, they come in with about 150 things, Kathy, that they're trying to convince themselves out of riding transit. I mean, that's what ultimately ends up happening. But my goal is to try to boil that down to the most simplest things. And ultimately we get to a point which usually helps us move along is recognizing all we're trying to do and all public transit is doing is attempting to get you from point A to point B. You have a starting point and then you have your destination, which is B. So A is your starting point and B is your destination. And really, you know what? That's all it is. Sure, we'll talk about how to look at schedules and how to trip plan and all that, but really it's as simple as going from A to B, Kathy. And usually when we get to that point with travel trainees, we're moving right along and people are solving their transportation issues. Kathy, you've seen this before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Our schedules. Yeah. We see them all the time, but there's a few things that are up here. And I really wanted to kind of focus, this is why I put it right in the middle, is, and in this case, it's our Route 15 weekday fare. By the way, it only costs $1 to ride the bus, okay? There you
And
go.
if you're a student,
$1.
it costs $0.
Nothing.
$0.
Absolutely nothing.
Yep.
There you go. It's a perfect way to ride the bus. So Kathy, when you're looking at these schedules, it's really important to understand if you don't get this right to start out with, some things might not make sense down the road. So for example, we're looking at our schedule right here in the middle. And it's one way to look at it. You can either get that in paper form, go down to our transit office or a transit center in downtown Astoria or in Seaside, respectively, and you can pick up a paper form. You can go to the website and you can download and print off, or just put, I like to put mine on my phone by doing a screenshot and so forth. But all those schedules that you're looking at, if you notice, you have the stops, and on the left side of this paper, you have Fred Meyer. And you go all the way down, you go through the Mini Mart, Hammond four-way stop, and so forth, all the way down to the Mini Mart, right? So
Yep.
we need to look at it. It helps us to understand that all of the stops that the bus will make are on columns that go up and down, okay? And then all of the times that the bus stops at those stops is in rows. So just for example, you want to go at Fred Meyer's, the bus will be at Fred Meyer's at 6:40 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and all the way through to the end of the day at 6:20 p.m. Okay, so that's how you read our schedule. Okay, and Kathy, I hope that made sense to you, because even with myself, sometimes when I was first learning this stuff, it took me a couple of times to really figure it out.
Yes, that made sense to me. And so I look at where I am and I go on the left-hand column there and I go, okay, I am standing at the corner by the Mini Mart and I want to go to Fred Meyer. So, and then I slide over to the time of day that I want to go at, or where that it is, and find that. And then I can see and then I go down the row to see what time I would arrive at Fred Meyer, if that's where I was going.
That's exactly right, Kathy. So let's just take Mini Mart and then slide over to 7:33 a.m. Monday through Friday, okay? And then we go down down that column right there, and then you see that we come up to the Mini Mart again, right? At 8:10 a.m. So you can tell yourself, I'm going to catch the bus at 7:33 at the Mini Mart, and I'll be at Fred Meyer at 8:10. And we might look at that and say, boy, it takes a long time to get there. And indeed, it seems like it, but we have to remember, we're stopping off first at Hammond four-way stop. Okay, so we got to go north quite a bit first, and we go through all these places. Actually, you take a look, we'll be there at Fred Meyer's at 7:52. So you have to go to Hammond, KOA, Second and Alder, and then get to the Mini Mart again, and then you go right to Fred Meyer's at 7:52. So you can get to Fred Meyer's at 7:52, and that's how you'd read that schedule. Okay. There's other ways to read the schedule too, Kathy, and it's a little more high tech. And, you know, I see more and more people kind of defaulting to this. You can go over on the left-hand side of your screen here, and we have a screenshot of a popular mapping app where you just simply plug in the directions that you want to go and make sure that you have transit selected. Kathy, can you see there that we got a car, we have a person walking, and then we have transit. We even have a bicycle. Yes, we even have a bicycle. And then we even have a ride sharing button on there too. So that's pretty neat there, although that probably doesn't work here in our area yet. But
it would if more people would get in there and offer and ask for rides. So, I mean, that's a great segue. Thanks, Jason, for giving me that little opening there.
Transportation options. There you go.
So all of those are what are called transportation options. And so if you click on any one of those and you don't see any information in it, it's not that you can't do it. It's just that people in our region haven't started to use it yet. And so the more you plug in and you start using those things, and the more those will become more functional out here. And so just do it. Basically, just do it. Just start using it.
That's right. Just do it. You can either do that on your smartphone with a popular mapping app, or you can, over on the right hand of the screen here, Kathy, you can use a smartphone to access our website even. This is what it looks like. Our website looks like this through a smartphone. It's pretty handy. You can plan your trip here. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we're actually amazingly more than halfway through a show. But you can see those two boxes there. That's a start and a destination. Okay. And if you just go to our website, play around with it, you can have a whole lot of fun with it. So remember,
and if you have questions, pop them in the comments. Drop us a line. We can help you with it.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So just remember, we have multiple things, multiple ways to look at how and where and when and what times to catch our buses. So
Yep.
moving on here, SCTD is here to help. I think it's pretty evident, Kathy, if people have been watching the show on a regular basis, that we are here to help. But for those of them that are just joining right now, hey, we really are here to help you get from point A to point B. And I would like to add in the most efficient way possible. You can see over there, we have our transit office in Seaside with our wonderful customer service rep named Eric there. He will help you with so many things to get to where you need to go. It's an amazing thing to hang out there and talk to him. He knows so much.
He is a wealth of information.
Absolutely.
If you have questions of how to get anywhere in the area,
Yep.
he can help you.
Yep, and over here now the video's playing. It's at the transit office there, or excuse me, the transit center in downtown Astoria. It's our main transit hub. All our buses come there to help people transfer and go in different directions and so forth. But if you walk into that area, you still have to wear a mask. Please remember that. Our wonderful staff there can, as Eric does in Seaside, can give you a wealth of information to help you get on your way. But Kathy, one of the more unique things that we see in customer service, but don't always understand that that's what's happening. If you can look over in the right-hand video happening there, our bus driver just got done talking to that girl and telling her that, yes, she was on the right bus to get to where she needed to go. That's a great form of customer service right there, is to ensure that if that person doesn't have to get on that bus, then you let them know, but you also let them know what's coming next, right? So it's not like our bus drivers would never just push somebody away, say, oh, wrong bus, go over here. But that's not the case. And, really happy that our bus drivers are so well versed in customer service that they're able to help out there. So we can help, right, Kathy? We can help.
Absolutely.
We can help.
Absolutely. Yep. That is really the key to all of this. And it's whether you're riding SCTD buses or Columbia County Rider buses or Tillamook County Transportation District buses, all of these agencies function virtually the same way and will all help you get to where you want to go.
Absolutely. So we are here to help. So let's see here, Kathy. One of the top issues that people have when they come travel train with me is, and this is just one of the top issues, is that, okay, fine, I'll take the bus, but by golly, I don't know how to catch it. What do I do? Some of them, before they learn all the stops and all that kind of stuff, don't realize that you can actually flag down our buses. You look down, there's a flagging down a bus. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to start over here. Our buses, now this girl is not going to flag down the bus, but she's doing something that's important. One of the important pieces to it is to be visible, okay? Your bus is going to stop and pull off to pick you up in a safe location if you flag down a bus. And in this case here, we're going to watch, see, this person's flagging down a bus. You see that right there?
Yep.
It's important. Okay, so this person here is flagging down the bus, using their hand, waving and saying, I need to stop. And this other lady over here is doing the same thing too. You can't hear her, but she's flagging down the bus. She wouldn't be yelling at the bus because the bus drivers can't hear you, but from all the way out there. But waving your hand out there and letting people know that you need to stop is very important. You can, if you're in between two bus stops, that the buses would normally stop at, and there's a safe location for that bus to pull off and pick you up at, if you wave your hand in that location, that bus will pull off and pick you up there. And that's really, really important for people to understand, Kathy.
Yes, it has to be a safe location. So, you can't just be standing in the middle of 101 and think that the bus can just stop on a dime and pick you up. That wouldn't be a safe location. So, yeah.
Exactly. And Kathy, this is kind of funny here. You don't actually have to be dancing around like this little flag here down there, but it is important for you to ensure that you make sure that bus driver can see you. So before we move on from the slide, make sure if you've got a flashlight, if you've got a phone that has a light on it or whatever, or even just the screen can be enough light sometimes during the darker times of the day, make sure you use that when you're flagging down the bus. It's a good idea to even use them during the daytime just to ensure that the bus drivers can see you. And as always, make sure that you're wearing something that's a little brighter. I have to say, this person right here in the middle part there, they're probably not as visible as they could be to that bus driver. So
Maybe
Um,
they've got a bright bag strapped around them that helps make them more visible.
that is correct. There's a very good possibility that that bag could save their life. So by being a
So
little more bright and visible out there.
Jason, you've done a great
Yes,
job of showing us the first couple steps of how to get on a bus and get to where you want to go. I think that we are going to be doing a second show on this. So if you are planning on doing some Black Friday shopping next week, maybe pop on and double check to see maybe you can do some afternoon Black Friday shopping on the bus. And if you need pointers
Yeah.
on how to catch the bus and where to get to it and how to get there,
Right.
pop on and watch our show next week on Friday, and we'll help you get there by using the bus. We'll show you
Indeed.
all the different places and how to find where the bus stops, and then make it so that you can leave the car at home, not have to fight the mobs in the parking lots. Just jump on the bus, jump off the bus, where you are to where you want to get to, and be able to do that in a nice, easy fashion, no stress, no muss. Because it's the holidays. We want to be able to relax as much as possible, lift that stress off our shoulders, enjoy our family time. If you all get on the bus together, you have that whole time where you can talk and chat and be together and
There you
commune
go.
instead of
Great
one
idea.
person having to be stressed and white knuckling through traffic and through all the stuff that goes on for the holidays. So we wish that
Yes.
you will watch our show next week, and before the show, of course, that you'll sit down to a lovely feast together and enjoy the time of gratitude around a table with your family and friends, being grateful for all the positive things that this year has brought you so far. That's
Absolutely. You know what?
my wish.
I think that's a great way to end that. And I do appreciate the fact that you mentioned, just de-stressing. That is so important to be able to de-stress. And hey, one of the best ways to de-stress is to not put yourself in a car and dashing through the downtown gridlock. I bet you thought I was going to say something else regarding dashing. That's not yet, but
that's coming.
Yeah, we
still to be seen.
Yes, we definitely need to de-stress a little bit during these holiday times, and so I hope that people take the words you've said, the words I've said, a little bit of what they've seen. Watch the show next week in this two-parter as we go ahead and conclude and really dial in the best way that you could do that. If you got that question, it's like, yeah, guys, I want to be stressed, but how can I get my shopping done? Well, we'll help make sense of that.
Exactly. So tune in next week on Friday, right here, 11 o'clock, and we'll show you how to get your shopping done without your car and without that stress. And in the meantime, I am grateful for all of you. I am grateful for Jason. I'm grateful for all of the opportunities that being here and talking to you all and teaching and showing people about all the options and choices they have gives to me, and I'm grateful for my health and my well-being and this lovely, beautiful Northwest area that we live in. So, that's my note to go out on. Thank you, everybody.
Same thing with you, Kathy. Cyclists, be safe out there. Be seen. Okay.
All right.
Take care,
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Enjoy.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll see you next week.